Tom Sandoval's ex-girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson's father, filed a counter-restraining order against the Vanderpump Rules alum following an alleged scuffle earlier this month. Victoria's father, J. Will Robinson, countered Sandoval's petition for a restraining order by seeking one of his own, per court documents obtained by Us Weekly on June 26. Will contended that he received multiple injuries in his scuffle with Sandoval on June 3rd, where he was allegedly pushed into a lit fire pit by the reality star. Will alleged that he suffered a ruptured disc in his back, as well as a broken thumb and elbow and a wound on his heel. Per Will's version of events, an argument erupted between the now-former couple over Tom lying, and he only intervened when Sandoval overpowered Victoria by allegedly swiping at her phone. He accused Sandoval of talking about having a gun, though the reality star allegedly did not necessarily threaten to use it before police arrived at the property. Will subsequently asked a court to block Sandoval from coming within 100 yards of himself or Victoria. He also wants to keep 4 cats who live at the Los Angeles residence he shared with Sandoval and Victoria. Sandoval initially took legal action against the Robinsons on Thursday, June 25th, when he asked a court to grant him a domestic violence order of protection against them. He accused Victoria and Will of verbal and physical abuse during a June 3rd confrontation. In a lengthy declaration to the court, Sandoval alleged that an argument over whether Victoria was secretly recording him turned physical when Will lunged at him. Will chased me into the bedroom and punched a 12-inch hole in my spare bedroom door where I was barricading myself. Sandoval wrote in an impact statement, "I am afraid of Will and his daughter and request the court's protection." He alleged that Will put his face in the hole in the door and smiled, telling me he will F me up, destroy me, and called me a motherfucker. Per Sandoval, Victoria confronted him as he hid and struck him in the face, so forcefully that it caused my vision to blur. Police eventually arrived and took Victoria into custody, though Sandoval acknowledged that he eventually provided financial support to bond her out of custody. Ms. Robinson was arrested when it became clear that she had attacked me. As I saw her being arrested, in the heat of the moment, I asked the police officers the process by which she could be bailed out, he wrote to the court. I even foolishly accepted Ms. Robinson's phone call from jail and lent her mother financial assistance for the bail. In hindsight, I deeply regret that decision. Sandoval submitted photographic evidence of his injuries, including bruising and scrapes on his neck and inner ear. He accused both Robinsons of past physical abuse, as well as alleging that Victoria tampered with his personal devices and used a GPS tracker on his car. In the wake of his court filing, video footage of the night in question emerged, appearing to show Sandoval angrily confronting both Will and Victoria as they sat around his outdoor fire pit. Sandoval could be seen getting increasingly agitated while questioning Victoria for allegedly recording him without permission. The footage showed Sandoval approaching Victoria, demanding to know, "Are you recording me right now?" He appeared to try to wrestle her phone away before shoving her father into a lit fire pit when Will tried to intervene. "What the f***?" Sandoval shouted as he seemingly pushed Will. The footage then documented Sandoval moving back into his home, with Will following. The action moved off camera, though sounds of the continuing confrontation could be heard. Us reached out to representatives for both parties and the LAPD for comment. An insider exclusively told us that Tom and Victoria have definitively split up in the wake of the June 3rd incident. They are broken up, an insider said. Tom has endured this abuse for many months. For the most part, Tom has been supporting Victoria and her dad as Tom has been paying the rent and utilities. Victoria's dad has been living in the house for free. He put up with far too much for too long. Sandoval and Victoria went public as a couple in 2024 after he famously cheated on now ex-girlfriend Ariana Madix with their Vanderpump Rules co-star Raquel Leviss. As part of a March 2025 U.S. cover story, Sandoval said he saw a long-term future with Victoria, praising her as a strong and supportive partner. "I've been extremely happy in our relationship. We work very well, we have similar goals, and it feels like we could really grow together," he told us at the time. "I feel so fortunate and lucky to have her in my life. She's been my rock and stuck by me. If you or someone you know are experiencing domestic violence, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 for confidential support.